Hey, okay, so you're back for this third video about build, engage, and sell. I'm going to have to take these off because there's just too much glare. Sorry about that. Okay, so we are to the best part. Yay. All right, you are in business to sell things, right? Now, let me ask you something. Did something yucky come up in your soul, in your gut when I said the word sell? If it did, then please, my friend, please deal with that because it is a very honorable profession. There's nothing wrong with it. And all money is just an exchange of value. So if you have something valuable to offer someone that is going to help their lives, then you actually have an obligation and a duty to do that, and it's only right for them to pay you back for it. Okay. All right. So now that we've gotten that baggage out of the way, let's talk about this a little bit about this process. So it's called sales copy, right? Because that's the whole point. The whole point is to get them to buy your thing. So here's what you're going to need to focus on. There's a ton of information, but we're just going to focus on these few little things and you will see improvement just from this. Okay. So the very first thing is focus on what's in it for them. We each are inherently born with this, not self-absorbed, but self-aware, self-attentive, and we focus on our own needs, wants, and desires, and your prospect is the exact same way. So if you want them to take action, then talk to that, okay? Talk to their needs, wants, and desires. Get inside their head and speak what it is that they're already wanting, okay? Speak to that and you'll see more results. All right, the next thing is emotion and logic. You need to appeal to both of those, okay? We buy on emotion and then we justify with logic. There are some people that are more inclined to buy or to emotional decisions than they are to logic, but we all use both of them, okay? So think about your last big purchase or your last impulsive purchase. You probably had a feeling that you really liked, whether you knew it or not. Someone stirred up that feeling of hope, of love, of there's a whole variety of things that you can touch on as a marketer, right? And when these emotions are triggered, then your prospect will be in a good place mentally, right? And when they're in that place, in that state, they are more willing to buy. So that's why you need to appeal to the emotion, but you also need to appeal to logic because that inner skeptic will be there and the spouse may be there and they're the opposite of the emotional buyer. So you really need to appeal to both if you want to see your conversions go up. All right, next, you need to have a clear call to action at the end and don't just give it one time. You need to repeat yourself because that is the way that the human brain is wired. Okay. So repeat yourself, have more than one buy now button, provide reasons and justifications between those buttons. And I'm talking about specifically on a sales page, obviously. Okay, so speaking of sales page, before you start all this, you really need to think about what is your sales mechanism? What is your exposure agent? Whatever you'd like to call that. So in a network marketing company, it could be a webinar, it could be a Zoom call, it could be a 3-minute call where they call in and listen to something. All of those things have probably been produced for you by the company. And if it's working for other people, then you need to be doing that. I'm sure you've been told that, right? Until you're at a certain income level, and then you can go create your own. If you are creating your own or you're wanting to create your own, focus on these things, okay? Just start with this. What I've given you here right now, is just like a little grain of sand on the beach in front of this huge ocean called copy. Okay. This is a vast, vast subject. I am just stumbling over my words on this video and I don't know why. And no, I'm not cutting that out. So, all right, now we've come to the end of what I wanted to talk to you about: build, engage, and sell, and how copy fits into all three of those things. Okay, so my next step for you is on this page, you will see that I have a 5-minute webinar. Yes, you heard that right. 5-minute webinar. I want you to go watch that. I want you to pay attention to that process. Look at it now from a copywriter's type standpoint, okay? And then I want you to see if you want to go further and learn some more about the subject. It is an invaluable skill to have. And I highly encourage you to learn this and use it. And once you do, you'll find that you use it in every aspect of your marketing and sometimes in your life as well. Okay. So thank you so much. I am so glad that we're connected here on LinkedIn. I'm so glad that you've let me share part of your time. Time is very, very precious, and I appreciate you spending it with me. Go ahead and watch that 5-minute webinar. Reach out to me if I can answer any questions for you, and I'll be glad to do that. Thanks. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.